The evidence is here because People magazine, who has been typically Team Blake, has now turned.
I mean, my friends, there's sort of like a unspoken code that we're there for each other and we would never turn on each other. It's like kind of like this alliance that is the best kind of friendship you can have.
Oh man, Blake, you are in so much trouble. So much trouble.
What happens when the world's most influential pop star suddenly decides you're too toxic to text? That's the dizzying reality Blake Lively is waking up to after a single subpoena detonated a decade-long friendship with Taylor Swift and sent shockwaves straight through Hollywood's power grid. The glittery sisterhood fans once treated as bulletproof now lies on ice, and every move from either camp has become front-page ammunition. So, how did a pair of red carpet darlings go from trading inside jokes to trading legal jabs? Buckle up, because this drama didn't start yesterday, and it's nowhere near done. The first public crack in the friendship wall came courtesy of People magazine, an outlet so notoriously friendly to celebrities it's basically a spa in print form. For years, people treated Blake and Taylor like living fan fiction. Blake gushes over Tay's tour. Taylor bakes cookies for Blake's kids. Suddenly, that same magazine declares, in polite but unmistakable language, that the relationship has halted, and Swift wants no part of the drama. Translation: this is a breakup announcement disguised as a news brief. Why is that headline a 5-alarm fire? Because People doesn't run negative friendship updates without a green light from someone credible, and usually from the side that stands to lose less. By mid-article, an insider close to Swift whispers that the pair are taking space. In Hollywood speak, taking space is the elevator pitch for we're not talking, and lawyers are on speed dial. Once a brand-safe publication jumps the fence, rival outlets follow. YouTube explodes, and hashtags sprout like weeds. Cue an army of Swifties scouring every paparazzi shot for proof. Did Blake delete a birthday post? Did Taylor skip liking Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool teaser? In the gossip Hunger Games, People just lit the first torch. But the bombshell's real impact isn't just public perception, it's corporate calculus. Every major studio and brand partner reads People the way investors read earnings calls. If a friendship that once brought wholesome synergy is labeled drama, sponsors worry. Endorsement deals hinge on immaculate optics, not subpoenas splashed across social feeds. Within hours, managers start asking, if Swift truly iced Blake, does that chill spill onto Ryan Reynolds' promo tour? Are we about to watch a marketing juggernaut stall because one half of Hollywood's funniest couple suddenly looks radioactive? That ripple effect is why People's wording matters. It's the canary indicating this mine's filling with gas. But the magazine headline was only the first tremor. The earthquake came from a courthouse across town. Legal drama rarely resembles a Marvel finale. Most subpoenas are dull paperwork. Not this time. Justin Baldoni's lawyers served Taylor Swift while battling Blake in a countersuit, and buried in that filing was a phrase so sharp it sliced through the fandom. Lively allegedly referred to Taylor as her dragon. On paper, that sounds almost mystical, but read between the lines, it implies Taylor's clout is a weapon Blake can unleash whenever leverage is needed. Imagine discovering a confidant sees you less as a friend and more as a nuclear launch code. Swift's schedule was already chaos. Stadium tours, Grammy campaigns, touchdown celebrations with Travis Kelce. She didn't need a courtroom cameo. The subpoena yanked her into a feud she hadn't publicly acknowledged, then served up receipts casting her as a chess piece in Blake's strategy. No wonder fans recoiled. Swift built her brand on fierce loyalty, writing checks for Kesha's legal bills, gifting bonuses to truckers on tour, shading Scooter Braun in coded lyrics. Being exposed as someone's tactical nuke contradicts that carefully curated narrative. It gets icier. The dragon text wasn't leaked by tabloid paparazzi rooting through trash. It came from the legal record, discovery exhibits filed under penalty of perjury. That formality gives the claim weight. Even if Blake's defense insists the message was taken out of context, the mere existence of that context is enough to torment Swift's team. Every fan page now debates which other private messages might lurk in attorneys' servers. Each speculative thread multiplies the PR nightmare. The subpoena didn't just drag Taylor into a dispute, it opened a Pandora's box of possible leaks, each capable of rewriting friendship lore. And yet, as the gossip wildfire raged, the loudest sound from Taylor's camp was absolute silence. Taylor Swift's PR machine is like NORAD for rumors. Detect, scramble, neutralize. Deepfake nudes, vanished in an afternoon. Fake marriage license headlines, discredited before the next refresh. So when People printed "friendship halted" and the story marinated unchecked for days, keen-eyed fans concluded something seismic. The silence is an intentional statement. Remember Swift's history. When Kim Kardashian leaked edited phone calls with Kanye, Taylor vanished for a year, then returned with the fierce, "Look what you made me do," flipping victimhood into a platinum hit. When Ticketmaster fumbled Eras Tour sales, she posted a scathing memo within hours, framing herself as protective big sister to gouged fans. In each scenario, she picks battles that position her as champion of fairness or artistry. If she believed Blake was wrongly vilified, she'd likely deploy the same strategy: swift rebuttal, philanthropic flourish, mic drop. Instead, we got crickets. No inaccurate narrative Instagram story. No cardigan-soft statement of support. That vacuum speaks volumes to both fandom and corporate America. Taylor isn't rushing to rescue this friendship. Her silence lets the negative narrative inflate. And strategic silence is still a strategy. It leaves Blake clinging to statements from her own reps while Swift sidesteps messy rebuttals altogether. In media chess, conceding nothing is often smarter than defending the indefensible. But if Taylor's quiet, someone else clearly isn't. Enter the mysterious source fueling people's scoop. Anonymity in Hollywood leaks is like perfume. Everyone guesses the brand even when no label shows. People credits an insider close to Swift, steering fingers toward a short list. Tree Payne, Swift's formidable publicist, Andrea and Scott Swift, who manage Taylor's empire behind the scenes, or a trusted lieutenant within campsite tight-lipped TM, the singer's discreet inner circle. Why would Team Swift whisper instead of publish? Leaking allows plausible deniability while steering public sentiment. By letting a neutral-toned magazine plant the seed, they're taking space. Swift can appear above the fray yet still control the narrative arc. Taylor is innocent, blindsided, heartbroken, and stepping back. If backlash swells, she can shrug. I never said that. If fans support the narrative, the leak did its job. It's the PR version of playing piano with gloves. You hit the keys, leave no fingerprints. Ironically, Blake's camp insists they didn't leak either. They blame misinformation, claiming the lawsuit aims to expose a toxic workplace, not betray a friend. But whispers pointing at them carry less weight. Leaking negativity about yourself is illogical. Meanwhile, speculation swirls that Swift's parents, famously protective, especially after she endured public feuds with Kanye, Katy Perry, and Scooter Braun, finally decided enough is enough. The leak, in that theory, is Mama and Papa Swift firing a warning shot. Stop dragging our daughter into courtrooms or we'll burn the bridge publicly. As accusations bounced around private calls, the internet spotted a subtler sign: social media shrapnel drifting from the NFL to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In the influencer era, a single unfollow can spark 20 headlines. So when football superstar Travis Kelce allegedly hit unfollow on the ever-beloved Ryan Reynolds, Swifties practically launched a congressional inquiry. Even if the digital break is later chalked up to algorithms or misclicks, timing matters. It happened as the subpoena headlines peaked, and the symbolism was too juicy. Taylor's boyfriend quietly pulling support from Blake's husband. Studio executives noticed too. Ryan's upcoming slate, Deadpool and Wolverine chief among them, depends on a squeaky clean hype cycle. If fans perceive a feud between the lead actor's household and pop culture's reigning queen, that perception can steer ticket-buying sentiment. Internal memos reportedly asked marketing teams to monitor social drift and prepare pivot strategies. In everyday English, if this thing escalates, have a Plan B influencer who isn't at war with Swift. Meanwhile, micro-signals kept stacking. Swift didn't add a birthday shout-out to Blake on social, traditionally a hallmark of their friendship. Blake skipped liking a behind-the-scenes Eras Tour rehearsal clip posted by Taylor Nation. Maybe coincidences? Maybe coordinated distance. Either way, fans dissect each omission like cryptographers searching for enemy codes, and the pattern of absence paints its own story. Yet for studios and brands, personal drama becomes professional risk. So Hollywood suits began crunching numbers, and the cost-benefit equation got ugly fast. Reputation is stock price in Tinseltown. When whispers surface that a star is difficult or embroiled in litigation, insurance premiums rise, completion bonds get scrutinized, and ad agencies hesitate to buy media around that name. With Blake tied to upcoming projects and Ryan headlining franchise tentpoles, execs faced a nightmare. A grassroots boycott sparked not by scandalous crime, but by the court of public opinion siding with America's sweetheart Taylor Swift. Behind closed doors, one producer allegedly groaned, "We greenlit Blake for her Girl Next Door brand, not courtroom fireworks." Another asked whether insurance would cover delays if depositions collided with shooting dates. Although Blake's lawyers frame the case as righteous whistleblowing, the optics are muddier. No other collaborator has echoed her claims, and online detectives keep debunking anecdotal horror stories. From a bean counter perspective, something that looks like a personal vendetta is a liability, and liability kills green lights quicker than bad box office. Reynolds, ever the diplomatic jokester, reportedly tried smoothing nerves with studio brass, pledging the lawsuit wouldn't overshadow press tours. But execs know public sentiment can pivot overnight. One wrong TMZ push notification and a film's momentum derails. If the subpoena saga crawled past test screenings, chatter could overshadow trailers. In an era where marketing budgets rival production costs, negative buzz is an expense no CFO wants to absorb. While studios weighed risk, Reddit's amateur investigators pounced, chewing the complaint like lions on a zebra. Twitter threads, TikTok deep dives, and long-form Reddit posts dissected every bullet in Blake's filing. Users cross-referenced alleged incidents with call sheets, paparazzi photos, and Instagram stories. One claim that Baldoni verbally intimidated crew on location collided with eyewitness footage showing him laughing with extras. Another story about unsafe set conditions conflicted with union safety logs filed that same day. Each time a claim dissolved, the crowd amplified. Where's the smoking gun? Sure, online sleuth culture isn't foolproof. Confirmation bias abounds. But aggregated doubt carries weight. Brands and talent agencies monitor social sentiment the way meteorologists track storm fronts. If the public decides Blake exaggerated, her Q score drops, and casting meetings suddenly pivot creative direction. Meanwhile, Baldoni's career, once the alleged target of a smear, starts to look resurrected by sympathy. Nothing flips a narrative like grassroots fact-checking. Worse for Blake, pop culture fans remember patterns. They recall 2019, when backlash over a simple favor press, comments briefly painted her as aloof, and 2021 TikTok chatter labeling her controlling on set. Those whispers never stuck until now. Attach them to a lawsuit and they morph into ongoing reputation issues. The internet loves a redemption arc, but loves a good downfall too. And algorithmic curiosity ensures every resurfaced rumor racks up replay minutes. Then came a headline many thought impossible: a runway queen quietly choosing sides. If Taylor Swift rules music charts, Gigi Hadid rules runway memes. Her Instagram reach rivals small nations, so fans noticed when Gigi's interactions with Blake flatlined. No double taps, no supportive comments, no squad selfies from the Hamptons. An anonymous friend reportedly summed it up: Gigi's loyal to Taylor. She'll never be one of Blake's dragons. That single line rippled through fashion houses because Gigi isn't just any friend. She's the face of campaigns worth 8 figures. Her silence can steer brand allegiances. If she subtly blacklists Blake's social circle, designers planning Met Gala tables may rethink seating charts, and stylists may fear booking them together. Social capital is real currency on red carpets, and Gigi's withdrawal suggests an overt bet on Swift staying ascendant. Meanwhile, Blake's circle seems to shrink. Regular squad staples, Selena Gomez, Cara Delevingne, post up with Taylor at Chiefs games, backstage at Eras Tour Encores, or in hush-hush New York dinners that leak pixelated photos syndicated worldwide. Lively, once a fixture in such gatherings, appears, at least publicly, MIA. It fuels the gossip furnace. Is she truly isolated or simply ducking until the hurricane passes? Either way, perception matters more than coordinates, and the map shows Blake on an island. Friendship exodus aside, the ultimate cost can't be tallied in likes or box office forecasts. It's trust. And shattered trust in Hollywood is harder to rebuild than a bombed movie set. From the outside, celebrity friendships look effortless, matching Halloween costumes, surprise cameo photos, and baby naming honors. Yet beneath every viral moment lies an unspoken contract, an exchange of brand equity. Taylor's endorsement made Blake appear cooler to millions of Swifties. Blake's movie star glow lent Taylor a dash of Hollywood chic. It's symbiotic, until it's weaponized. Referring to your friend as a dragon reframes that contract as a power tool, not a bond. It casts Taylor's fandom as a private militia waiting for deployment, and Taylor herself as a flamethrower you can aim. That's not friendship, that's exploitation. Even if Blake meant it jokingly, text messages rarely read as jokes in a courtroom. Suddenly, every heart emoji shared during late-night therapy sessions feels transactional. For Swift, whose public identity hinges on ride-or-die loyalty, consider her multi-song crusade against Kanye or her onstage duets supporting Haim and Phoebe Bridgers, being reduced to a bargaining chip is inherently repellent. It contradicts her narrative that friendships anchor her life. The moment the public believed Blake used Taylor's name for leverage, trust shattered, and shattered trust rarely gets rebuilt with PR statements. It requires time, humility, and private apologies fans never see. So where does that leave the once inseparable pair? In Hollywood exile from each other, perhaps? But exile can breed reflection and sometimes redemption. Here's the hard math. Friendships in entertainment are currency, but they're also collateral. For years, Blake Lively and Taylor Swift leveraged each other's glow, cashing in on mutual adoration from fans, fashion houses, and film investors. One ill-timed subpoena and one incendiary phrase buried in a text set off a chain reaction that scorched that collateral to ash. Taylor's silence, people's pivot, Travis Kelce's digital distancing, Gigi Hadid's quiet defection. Each piece is a domino. Taken together, they spell a warning. Treat alliances like chess pieces, and you might find yourself playing alone. Whether Blake mounts a last-ditch charm offensive or doubles down, dragging more friends into testimony, remains to be seen. Hollywood loves a comeback, but it loves firewalling risk even more. So I'll leave you with this. If friendships are stock options in the celebrity market, did Blake just trigger her own crash? Or will we witness a shocking reconciliation that proves the sisterhood was merely hibernating? Tell me your verdict in the comments. Peace treaty or permanent freeze-out? And if you think you've seen the final twist, remember, dragons often return when you least expect them. Smash subscribe, ring that bell, and keep your notifications on, because the next court filing, the next silent unfollow, the next cryptic lyric drop could rewrite everything all over again, and you'd hate to miss the moment the dragons roar back to life.